prospect of Damien Hardwick coaching again has been felt across the football landscape, and fair or unfair, the eyes immediately turned to Gold Coast on that front. Stuart Dew lived this scenario just last year with the spectre of Alistair Clarkson, and I think he knows that he's going to do so again with Damien Hardwick.
We should be celebrating Damien and his contribution to the game, his journey. I certainly think 24 hours should have been sufficient to celebrate him. It's become a little bit of a sport as to who's next. So, as you saw, I found it amusing. I text Damien about it. So, I think it is what it is. I'm confident I'm the coach for this club now and into the future. So, and I think the club's pretty clear that I'm that too. I'm 10 games into a new contract. We've got a playing list that I feel that they've committed to the club knowing I'm the coach. So that connection is strong. I think we've committed to each other. I love this club and I think I'm the one to lead it. Simple as that.
That's great. That's brilliant by Stuart Dew.
Yeah, out in front of it.
Absolutely
absorb
brilliant.
it. He's texting Damien Hardwick about it, which is what we spoke about last night, the bond between the two. So it's wretchedly unfair, but it's also absolutely inevitable for a club that hasn't seen finals yet.
Yeah, no, I agree on all that, but it's... Every time a position comes up, Stuart Dew, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Every time when one of their kids are interviewed, and I was guilty, I asked Bailey Humphrey, hey, you happy, you're going to sign a new contract. That's the dialogue around the Suns. The best thing I heard Stuart say then, and he said, those kids have committed to me, because I'm coach. We are building a group together. So like Ken Hinkley, in different ways, they're building a group together. And they're, all right, are you in? Yep. Let's commit.
Yep.
So it would be a bold decision, but maybe the right decision. Might be the right decision that Stuart Dew keeps a job. The next 12 weeks are going to be...
You've got to get results to go with those words. They're 4 and 6. Yeah. They've got these 2 games in Darwin, and there is a world of difference between 6 and 6 and fighting for that place in the finals through the back half of the season.
4 and 8.
And 4 and 8, and you're done at the bye.
Yeah, 4 and 8's not great. 4 and 8's not great.
They're big games.
Yeah. Anyway, they can do it. They can do it.
And at some point, they'll have to do it. That's the...
Yeah.
This is not just Dew's 6 years. That's rolled into all of this.
But we always...
This is the whole history.
I know, but we always... All of us are guilty saying, well, what if they lose? What if they lose? Yeah. Oh, God. What if they win? Footy's a fun, happy sport a lot of times.
This is Kenny's scenario. It's, for all of it, you go out there and win, and it's gone.
It disappears. It disappears.
And the only way to get it to disappear is to get those wins on the board. The toll of Hawthorn's cultural review and the subsequent racial investigation has grown further today. So last Thursday, Alistair Clarkson stepped down from his position, citing the burden that he had felt physically and mentally through what he's been exposed to. And today, the Hawthorn chief executive, the man who received this report, Justin Reeves, he has stood down, citing the personal toll. He has resigned from his position, effective immediately. The Hawthorn statement late in the day, Justin Reeves will step down from the role effective immediately due to the personal toll and the need to focus on his well-being in what has been a very difficult period for the club.
Was it expected? No, I don't know if it was expected. I think that Justin Reeves would have survived all through this. Probably not. But the fact he's gone out with the mental toll, of course, everyone feels for him, and everyone feels for Alistair Clarkson, and everyone feels for Chris Fagan. I tell you, the people who no one feels for, the Indigenous players.
No, that's not true.
Oh, no. People are accusing them of just being faceless cowards, mate. No, you might disagree with me, but...
I totally disagree.
Yeah, well, you got to sniff the wind outside, mate. It's this incredible toll on these people, but there's an incredible toll on a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think the other side, in a lot of ways, is being forgotten or ignored.
Everybody who has been touched by this has been harmed by it. It has been a disastrous exercise. It was ill-conceived, and to hear the explanations around it now, it was spectacularly naive. It put no guardrails in place.
Yeah, I know all this. I know, mate.
And how it would be dealt with. So we've got the families who have experienced renewed trauma. They didn't seek to have their stories told. They were approached to tell their story. The accused have been damaged publicly in a way that has failed any measure of justice
Everyone agrees with that, mate.
The author has his own legal issues now, and the chief executive who was handed the report, it's broken him. This has been a disastrous...
To be honest, mate, we know, we do. I'm not trying to put you down. We know all that.
Everybody has been harmed by it. It's wrong to segregate.
No, I am segregating.
Yes,
I just think that the Indigenous families haven't sort of... No one ever asks, how's your trauma going? How are you feeling?
In everything I read, in the papers each day, both sides of the stories are being told. And their legal bodies are advocating for them. Their identities aren't known.
No, their identities
which has been a protection for them, but it makes it more difficult to sympathise with that person and that person. It's not difficult to understand that everybody has been a victim of a disastrous process.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but I reckon the public out there don't agree with that. I don't think there is a lot of public sentiment towards that. But again, we'll say it, and you just said it, and I'll say it. Everyone's been hurt. Right now, as we sit on a Wednesday night, I don't know where it is, Jared. My last report was in yesterday's paper that the negotiations are getting nowhere. Nowhere. So where does that leave this whole thing?
This was the Hawthorn president, Andy Gowers, on SEN tonight.
This has taken a personal toll, and he needs to focus on his well-being. All of us are feeling this as a weight and as a toll, and not just the people in our club, but it's had an impact on people in other clubs as well, and the First Nations families that are involved in it. There's an atmosphere of anxiety, there's an atmosphere of tension, there's an atmosphere of responsibility, and we all feel that. No doubt Justin has felt it.